This is a import MS Project XML controller class. Nothing much is changed in this class, in this version, but let's go through all the project. These are the mapping variables here in the beginning. Since we are going to import an XML file in as a project in the ORG, so we need all the variables to hold uh, various structures like dependent tasks, predecessors, and the project structure, the task structure. So these mapping fields are for that. The project field mapping is to hold the project structure. Mapping task field mapping is to hold the task structure. So this mapping is actually mapping of the field XML fields and the ORG project field. ORG project field. This is the task project field. The, this mapping is for holding the ID of the task versus this project object. So we will be running this UID variable, and we need the object task object for the UID. We need to figure it out what task object is available for the what UID. So this mapping is for that. Task outliner numbers is to hold the dependent task um, of the task. The string is the outline number, so outline number is 3, so that means the dependent task ID for that level. So it's a hierarchy. It helps in figuring out the task hierarchy as well. Task UID, predecessor UID. Okay, this mapping is there to store the XML task UID and the predecessor UID. So everything will be fetch. All the structure will be mostly fetching through the UIDs. So all mostly it has the UID versus the particular object to get the structure via UID. Task WBS same for the it stores the WBS elements for the UID and the UID fields. It will help in getting the child task, since WBS tells us the at um, at, like, at what level, at what hierarchy the task lies. This mapping will be helpful in getting the child task. New project object, this is the variable we will be filling in from the XML data, and we'll insert this project at the end. Root element is the to hold the XML file root element, we need this variable. File name is whatever file user will upload, this file name variable will hold that value. Body is the file content. We need these properties for the user page. Each new project is the new variable added to hold the value of the checkbox, whether the user checks import in as a new project, then this is new project will get populated accordingly. Project ID is the ID that will be uh, uh, importing. Actually, sorry, this is the ID if a user wants to import the task into the existing project. Um, this is the ID which holds the value of select list. Select list is available on the page showing the empty projects. Get projects is new method added in this version. This method just returns this project which are empty, which doesn't have any task in it, as a select list to show in the select list of the page box of the page. This is the constructor, just assigning default value for each new project. By default, the checkbox is unchecked. Populate mapping, I'm just preparing all the mapping of the XML file fields and ORG custom object fields. This mapping I have defined here. So this is this name is the field of the task object. And this corresponding and this name is the XML. Sorry, this is the XML field name, and this is the field variable I'm having for the task. I'm having this field variable to get the extra information about the data type as well as the length of the field, because if we get the data in XML which is more than what is defined for the field, we will get the exception. So we will be using this length information at the time of inserting the values in field. This import XML file is a main function. We'll be in, calling on the import button click of the page. So when the user click on the import button, the XML file, we are getting all the content of the XML file in XML doc, and then we are checking whether user wants to import an existing project. If it is existing project, that means then his new project is false. So we will check whether we got the project in which we have to import the task in. So if we don't have this project ID, then we will show the message that either select the project or check the box to import as a new project. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and we'll call this populate mapping here at the beginning to populate, get all the mapping defined. We'll insert the project first from the XML file. If project is imported successfully, then we will add the task, and if task gets successfully inserted, then we will add the assignments. If any of this fail, then we will just simply roll back the operation and show the message error in importing file. This will show that imported successfully. And at the end, we are creating this page reference and redirecting the browser to this imported project to show the detail of the project. So this is add project. We are calling in this method, our method, to add all the XML project related XML data into custom object. So we'll see if it's a new project, then we'll create the new project object. If it is in existing project, we will simply populate this project with the existing record. And we are looking through all the project mapping fields and dynamically we are filling in the new project properties. We are checking the data type. According to data type, all this conversion and is happening. If it's string, then we are taking care of the size of the data also. And we are assigning this default value of all time period as a default value here. If it is a new project, then we need to populate this reason, practice and group field as per the contact of the current logged in user. This is the new feature added in this version, which is the requirements to just commented the existing one, because in previous version we were just adding this global reason. We don't need this correlation. That is upsetting because either project will be inserted or updated. Our task, similarly, we are getting all the XML nodes of the task, and we're looking through all the XML nodes of the task and preparing the task variable, populating all the data in this task new task variable, and at the end uh, we're maintaining the list of this and doing the bulk insert. So this list just dynamically getting through all the task field mapping, and similarly just taking care of the data type and conversions. Here we are filling in some mandatory fields. We are giving just the default values here because these are not available in XML, but we need sorry inputting, sorry for that. This is actually the logic to figure out this actual work. um, we have the actual work in terms of hours, minutes, so we are converting that all together and calculating into a number as hours. We are calculating this actual work, whatever actual work we have in hours and days, into hours. We're checking whether we have got the out any child task here. For this, if we have got the child task, I think there is some logic as described um, in the project detail page. This all this logic is for that. We're just populating the status and all. It has got the children, then started. Otherwise, we'll say completed. If it's 100%, then we'll say complete, like that. All this is according to the requirement given at the first context. This, this mapping is there to hold the UID of the predecessor task, because here we are just creating a task. We are not doing the actual insert. We are looking through and preparing a list here, and we are inserting the values, means task ID values has the list of the project and list of the task which we are doing the bulk insert here, the task inserted, and for all the task list we are checking this WPS element number. If it does got the dot, that means it is a child task. So we'll get parent task ID and we populate this parent task field here. This is important to define uh, the parent ID for the child task. And we are again updating this task list. Okay, after this, we are checking whether we got this predecessors, and we are adding this dependency project task dependency records according to the value we got in this mapping. Creating the list here and inserting it. Get parent task ID is the function to get the ID of the parent as per the WBS. It actually just get the first digit of WBS is nothing but the parent task ID. This is the UID, and from the UID, using the UID of the task, we are getting task UID. Add assignment, adds the assignments, impose the assignment in the similar way as the task. So for the assignment, we first have to insert the resources, and then we'll be assigning resources to tasks. So we are preparing here the resources notes, and whatever resources notes we got, we are putting, we are getting the resource name. Here we have the assignment list. For all the assignments nodes, we are creating assignment variable. We are just putting this resource ID. If it is a contact, we get the contact with this name, then we put it as a contact ID as a resource ID. Otherwise, we'll put just the name, and we are adding it as assignment, and we're doing bulk insert at the end. Get task ID is just usable. Using the UID, we are getting task ID from this mapping. Convert to number is we use Tabo to convert this days, hours, minutes, seconds into only hours. As outlining children will tell whether we got any subtask using this mapping. So we are just checking whether we got this outline number. If we got the outline number and if we got the dot, that means we have subtask. So we are returning the true here. Otherwise we are returning false if we haven't got any subtask. We basically looping through the nodes of the task, and we are checking whether we got the outline number. And if outline number tells at what level that particular task is. If it has the dot, that means it is a subtask. It is a child task. So this is how it is. The field is just the class, inner class to hold the information about the field.